Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a really easy IK rig and using the NLA editor. So first things first, we're going to take the entire scene and delete it all. In order to do this armature for the IK rig, we're going to do it really simple. We're going to start with just a single bone, and then we're going to extrude from there and make it. So I like to first make the root. So I'll shift D, so it's a free bone, rotate it on the Y 90 degrees, and I'll just grab this and kind of push it over here, holding control to snap it. X, hold control, snap it down, grab Z, hold control, snapping. Grab Z, there we go. Now it's aligned here to here, control P to parent and keep the offset. Now we have this parented, and then we can continue extruding up. So we'll extrude on Z, extrude on Z, extrude on Z, cool. Just a few joints on this. And then from here, we're going to add an extra bone on the top with Shift D again. We have this free bone. Gonna pull it up, grab Z, hold control, Alt P, clear parent. So now we have this going right there. And then what we can do is go into pose mode by holding control and tab. We go into pose mode. Now it's changed. Up here again is how we see it. We're in pose mode. We're gonna select this, then select this top one holding shift, and then doing, I think it's Shift I to add an IK. So now it's made it to the active bone. Now the chain is too long, that's why it's shifting up. So we click on this, and then we go back into the reverse kinematics, and we go to, I think here actually, the chain length. So 0 means all of them. We're gonna count down to 1, 2, 3. So we go up, 1, 2, 3. Let's see, maybe you can even do 4. So now it will move all of them. Because the root right here is parented, this will keep it kind of going where we want it to go. So we can move it up and down like so. And it can point over there. Nice. So the IK rig is good to go. We have that made. And then now we can use the NLA editor to make a really easy way of copying some of the animation. So we're gonna go from here into the animation tab. Animation tab has a pose window here. Also this kind of view, which I'm gonna change to nonlinear animation, the NLA editor. And then down here is the dope sheet where we can make actions. Do action editor. I'm gonna go back into layout. I'm just gonna make sure that this is going to be 30 frames. Start at 0, back into animation tab. We're seeing we're on 0. And then now we can do a new action. Let's just say baby's first NLA action. And we're gonna push I to insert a keyframe on this IK driver. Again, we're in pose mode right here. Then we're gonna just make it really straightforward by pushing, I think, Y to see on that axis. And we're just gonna grab this and point it down like so. Move it up a little bit, just kidding. Let's say 40 frames. And do the same thing. And push I again. And then to make it loop, we're gonna grab the original, frames right there. No, it's 40 frames, push it up to 80. It's going back and forth. So we see it moving. So now we have up here, we have what looks to be like the action, but it hasn't been pushed yet. So down here, we're gonna click push down, and now it's a real like NLA action. So we can see this going. So from here, there's lots of different options we can use. The main reason why to use the NLA editor is to layer all of these different actions on top of it. So right here we see this is kind of the action editor. We push tab into this. We can then edit these keyframes and kind of make it different. And then we also have this one action layer right here. So we have all these different options of what to do. We also can take this and push repeat. It will increase the block and make it repeat more. So the main question is like, why does it matter that we're doing this, right? Like, why are we doing this in NLA editor versus just making this cyclic and like leaving it be? Because what we really want to do is layer on some other actions on top of it. So we have this motion right here. So what we can do is make a new action. So let's just turn this off right here. Now nothing's happening. We're gonna do a new action, and let's just say side to side motion. So again, I guess let's just look at this really quick so you can see. So looking at right here, it's going back and forth perfectly straight, side to side motion. Let's go on the X axis, and this should be perfect. Now we're gonna click this off, and then we're gonna keyframe this. Again, I keyframe. We're the side to side motion. Let's move forward 20 frames. Grab it here, keyframe, copy these, go back to 40, go to 60, grab it to be about here, insert a keyframe, whoops. And then we can go back to 40, get that middle part. And now we'll go back and forth. So we have it going back and forth like this, and it should just be exactly like this. Okay. So we have these motions as well. We can say push down. Now here's where the magic happens. So we have hold and replace. So that means what it's doing is it's going to basically take the starting frame and extend it out. So let's first change this to nothing. Down here, let's say combine. Let's say combine to both to make sure this is going to work. So let's actually move this up, change the timing very easily. So it's going back and forth like so. Now this other action comes in, and see how it's kind of layered on together. Let's look at that again. So this is how it is without it. And with the combine, it layers on the extra action and kind of makes it look a little wonky. It moves that other on. It moves that other action onto the bone. If we said replace, then we have this going, and then it goes into this. We also can do blending in and out. So let's say 10 frames in, 10 frames out, and we can see how this works. Kind of smooths out the blending. So that's how you can kind of loop essentially these different actions on top of itself and kind of combine them to make it really easy and straightforward. This is the main tutorial, just to make sure it's really straightforward for you guys. This is how we're gonna kind of leave it for today. Obviously, from on the left-hand side, it can get much more complex, but all of these different things are much more approachable and easy to use than I think maybe you actually kind of thought. So please start using the NLA Editor when you start making more detailed animations for your own kind of workflow. It's just so much easier working with these little chunks, sliding them around versus having to move all those keyframes in a larger scene, because that's like a huge time save. If you guys found this useful, please leave a comment. As a baby YouTuber right now, comments are like the key for me getting any traction at all, so I really appreciate that. Thanks so much, guys. Cheers.
Augury.